Mm,
Brazil.
Are you coming? Are you coming
Everybody, where are you from?
back to
What's up?
Fire Island this summer?
Bro,
Oh, are you going to Fire Island this summer?
I don't know. I was thinking about it, but I have like so much moving around to do that I might at some point just be like, I want to sit still because
Yeah.
like June is busted out all over, honey. It is
Tea.
like,
June is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be hitting the frequent flyer miles. Lots of
stuff to do.
I don't think
I'm going to
I've
China on Monday.
like is you not knowing that it's nuts. Sit
Yeah,
down.
yeah. And then I get back with just enough time to get ready for the Pride performance and rehearse for it. Because
Jeez.
I got choreo to learn, I'm
Same.
trying to do some movement these days. A little bit,
I mean,
a little bit.
you did
Within
full
reason.
choreo in Australia too.
Yeah,
You had like
yeah,
8 dancers doing
yeah.
choreo, and I was like, I love that for her. I'm gonna step in my little spot and I'm gonna sing, babe. I'm so excited.
It,
But yeah,
it's funny because
same.
I haven't done like that much movement over the years, but it is my back. Like I come from theater, so it's like
From
I used to
dancing.
do everything choreographed on stage. So it's like it's something that I kind of want to get back a little bit into.
Yeah, I hear you.
Body rolls, baby. But you can move too, honey. You move.
She's a mover, not a dancer, and I will say that until I am dead. She is a
Well,
mover,
I
not
mean,
a dancer.
I feel like that's how I identify. Like I feel like more comfortable just freestyling than like
Yeah,
learning, counts. But like, when you got dancers on stage, it does look cute when you click in, right?
it's a cute
So I'm trying.
time. Yeah,
But then it's like there's, I don't know how much room I have left in here, so we'll see.
I don't know what I have left. We have any more questions? No, I'm not coming to Chicago. I'm so sorry.
Move, Adam, move.
What are you guys wearing now? Can you Vogue for us? Babe, if I Vogue, the way that this hip would give out,
The hip.
let me tell you something.
Uh,
When did we first meet? I think I met
yeah,
Adam,
when did we meet?
I feel like it was like 5 years ago. It was through Parson
Right.
James, who is one of my best friends and one of Adam's really, really great friends
Yeah,
and
that is how we
co-writes
met.
and
You're
just,
right.
yeah. And I think I went with Parson somewhere and because I'm usually pretty quiet when I go places, and people usually think that I hate them, which is not great. But I love that you came up and you have very Aries energy because I don't. You're not an
I'm
Aries.
an Aries moon.
Yeah,
So like in a party setting, when I've had like a couple cocktails, I'm definitely pretty like outgoing.
you were out. I think we were at your house, and
Yeah.
I was just like sitting at the bar and like just like hanging and chilling, and you came over. You were so nice,
Oh.
and I was like, "Oh, you're so good. You're having fun." I was like, "I can't see anything, but here we are." And you were
well,
so
and
nice, and it
I
was
had definitely seen you. I knew who you were because I had seen your performance on the four of
yeah,
Creep, which is like
yeah.
mind-boggling. If you guys haven't seen that, go on YouTube and look up Vincent singing Creep. It was the performance of Creep.
That made everybody else perform Creep, honestly. Like everybody else did it after you. And
It was
now it's
so.
now it's overdone because
Now
you
it's
set the bar
everywhere.
really high. But it's fucking
Thank
unreal. It's
So good. So yeah, I like knew of you, and then I was like, oh hi.
you. Just me in your home. Hello. How are you? Thanks for
Yeah,
I
having
mean,
me.
you know me, like I love an after party. That is like our this house is great for hosting people.
Yeah.
That's why
It's
I
always such a nice vibe too, because everyone's always like chill and nice, and it never feels weird. It's always so like community feeling, and I'm like, great, I
aw,
want that.
I'm
I like
glad.
that. I feel
Until you got
safe.
that like one person that crashes the party who wasn't invited, which happens
And then I
sometimes, and then you have to go.
call and then I'm like, get out.
You weren't invited. Sorry.
And then Pharaoh's like, get it out of here. Get out of here now.
Yeah,
the dog. He's definitely security for sure. We did. You know what else? It was really cool about this release of Another Lover is your cover art that you did, which I love.
Yeah. Um,
Tell us about that.
so the cover art for all this entire roll off for the future singles and the past ones before this have all been inspired by icons that I love. So the first was Grace Jones, the second was Sylvester, and this one was Madonna. The Celebration album in particular, because I thought it
yeah,
just looks so iconic. And I love
yeah.
that during this age of music that they were in, they had the forethought to be like, I'm going to make this incredible piece of music, but also the visual that I give you will only further down the line inspire others to do that. And I've wanted to pay tribute to the icons that I've loved so much for so long that it made sense. And so when I hit up Chris Correa, who's been doing all of the covers, I was like, this feels really
smart and strong, and because Adam reminds me of like these icons who sit in this place, I would love to have this be something that I can hold on to when I look back into it. I'm like, oh, look at the cover of my single with Adam Lambert, and it immediately makes me think of
Madonna and that Celebration album and that tour, and I was like, oh, it just felt right. And so, I mean, when you sent it over, I was gagged, and then I sent it to you, and you were like, whoa,
Same. I
this is
was
great.
like, I mean, you know, I'm a like an old like Madonna fan from way back. Like she's like my first queen, you know.
growing up. It was like her and Janet Jackson, and then also Paula Abdul. That was
Yeah,
my first concert. But like that was my childhood, like those three ladies.
it was. I didn't know that, so
Yeah.
that's even more like
I'm a
serendipity because
I'm a Madonna, like, yeah.
I loved it. I love that I posted the cover on Twitter, and the fans were like,
This is not your cover. This is Madonna Celebration. And then I gave the explanation, and
It
they were
was
like,
on purpose.
I gave the
I love when
I gave
people
the
think that you
explanation.
accidentally copied somebody. You're like,
And I
no,
was like,
it's an
no, it's a
homage,
tribute. It's an
girl.
homage, babe.
Yeah.
And immediately as I did the explanation for it, the fans were like, we love you, and we love that you love Madonna. I was like, thanks, babe.
Yeah, as long as the Madonna fans know that you're like, Madonna.
I'm
Madonna.
like, clearly we
who doesn't know a Madonna
Yeah.
cover and wouldn't try to give homage to it?
Right.
So it's been so well received now, especially because they know the basis of the story and the foundation of it all. And so it's just been really cool.
Yeah, your first one was the Grace Jones,
Grace
like,
Jones,
which
yeah.
is stunning. And then Sylvester, yeah, that was the second, which I loved.
Like what a beautiful person, and just
And like with Sylvester, like in that cover that Sylvester did, was he sort of like giving you like Patti LaBelle? Like, was
yeah,
he sort of
it was a Patti
he was
LaBelle.
doing somebody else too, which
What
is
was
so crazy.
that song? New Attitude. It was a New Attitude homage that
Yes.
he was doing
Yeah.
on his cover, and I was like, oh, 2-in-1, we love.
References upon references. References
Yeah,
upon
reference,
references.
We love it.
reference, and reference.
Yeah,
We
it's like,
refer
and
to
you
the
know what? You know
girls.
what I always say is like, as long as you know your history and you like are able to sort of teach everybody about the thing that you love that you're referencing, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think a lot of artists these days, opinion, don't know the basis of where their sound comes from. And it's like, well, I made this. And I'm like, no, babe, someone really like, they built this.
And you're
Yeah.
extending it and you're making it your own. But I love knowing that something comes from a certain place and I can tap into it and then add my own flavor to it.
Yeah,
It only makes
for
me,
sure.
it just makes it more special to me, I think.
Well, and
Everyone's
we're in
referencing
like, I mean,
everyone.
everything's been done.
Yeah.
Literally everything has been done. So you're in an age now where it's like you put your personality and experience and style like on top of something, or you project something through another lens, and it makes it really interesting. It's like
Yeah.
it's I mean the bottom line is that it's inspiration for us as artists. You know, like you have to find something that inspires you, right? Like
That's the
we
whole
don't
point
just
of
pull
it.
ideas out of like nothing.
Thin
You know
air,
what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah.
We look at what we've loved and what we grew up on, and we go, "Oh, I remember this from my
Yeah.
childhood. This would be so
Yeah.
cool if I could put my own spin on it."
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
It lives in
Exactly.
your brain.
I definitely like the stuff I've been working on lately. Like I've been just listening to like a lot of house music and like saving it in a playlist, and then just like I'll go into a session and be like, let's listen to some music for a second. Like I love all this. Like this is kind of the energy that I'm talking about right now, you know, and then it gives you a direction. You know?
Exactly. I don't think people know that about songwriting sessions. It's like, no, we sit in these sessions and we gab and we talk about the things that we love and the songs that we listen to,
Yeah.
and then we build on that. But mostly everything you've ever heard is because it's a reference from someone else, because that's how music works. There's only so many
Yeah.
notes. And so making it your own and making it unique is the best part about being an artist.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that Ariana Grande song that came out, like her first single from that last album was like, say,
Yes, man.
yes, and that's right. Say yes, yeah. I mean, there's so much Madonna DNA in that
Yeah.
song. I mean, it literally like the instrumentation, the groove of it. It's very Vogue. It's very '90s Madonna, and it's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
great.
And it's so unique and it sounds new and it's like